believe in that. The Gates Foundation also spends about $650 million of its $5 billion budget on these areas. They say he has diverted agency resources to serve his personal philosophy that good health only comes in a syringe. That's a quote from him. Fact check. In addition to using his philanthropy to control WHO, UNICEF, Gavi, and PATH, Gates funds a private pharmaceutical company that manufactures vaccines, and additionally is donating $50 million to 12 pharmaceutical companies to speed up development of a coronavirus vaccine. In his recent media appearances, Gates appears confident that the COVID-19 crisis will now give him the opportunity to force his dictatorial vaccine programs on American children. Now, as to Donald Trump is against the World Health Organization. Donald Trump has accused the World Health Organization as putting out fake information, false information, whether intentionally or not. The information turned out to be bad information. That is a matter of public record. As such, the President of the United States removed funding from the World Health Organization, which America was the majority contributor to. Then propaganda came out that says it is only the World Health Organization which can do a world pandemic. That is untrue. The Center for Disease Control actually is not only a national organization, but it has an international side to it. This was the accusation that they said that Trump defunded that, which is actually untrue. That was going to be defunded anyway. Had nothing to do with the current president. That was to be defunded 2 years before, during the Obama administration. Everybody wants to think that things are new, brand new. They are not. It does not matter what you believe in Bill Gates or the World Health Organization. The United States is already working on vaccines itself, separate from anything that Bill Gates. And to my knowledge, the World Health Organization doesn't actually do anything, and there was accusations and proof that the World Health Organization was using the funds from the United States to take nice, cushy trips abroad and stay in palatial hotels, first class, private jets, private yachts, to the tune of something like $450 million. It only gets, $1 billion or something like that a year? $450 billion is a lot of money when your entire budget is $1 billion. If anybody wants to contest anything in this video, you simply have to ask, contact the Children's Health Defense, Inc. I'm sure they would be happy to show you everything. Now, my mouth is swollen. Please donate. I don't know how YouTube is going to act on this. Everything I've said in this report is actually factual and true and verifiable. Anybody who wants to contest anything is trying to contest stuff that are all a matter of public record. And I've named names, actual names. Please donate. YouTube will probably defund this video. I've gone out of my way to do all of this research. Please donate $20 to $50, paypal.me/Shikama or cash.app/$Shikama. Thank you. Oh, share this video on Facebook.
Together. When we get on the phone or Zoom to talk with clients about the market, we don't just talk about real estate. We check in with families. We laugh. We share memories. I'm proud of all the BHS agents and employees who have not given up for 1 second. From all of us at Brown Harris Stevens, we're here to help you through this journey in any way we can. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other.
Lane Mendelson's company has developed a way to transform the lives of people.
Lane Mendelson, the president of Vantage Point Software.
Lane Mendelson.
Lane Mendelson, president of Vantage Point AI.
Joining me in the studio today is Lane Mendelson, and with me today, Lane Mendelson, the president of Vantage Point AI.
Your artificial intelligence software was able to predict the January market drop.
Your company forecasted that tech stocks erased all the gains for the year.
What's the criteria you use at Vantage Point when you look at a stock?
We're doing a very advanced form of pattern recognition using artificial intelligence. My company's been involved with artificial intelligence for 30 years. This is the future. You're talking about thousands and thousands of data points being analyzed every single day. A human could not do this. If you're not analyzing all those other factors, you're not seeing the full picture. To really gain an edge in today's global markets, you have to have a global approach.
Vantage Point Software 的主席 Lynn， 那他和我们一起分享一下股票投资。
It's all about having the odds in your favor. Our focus is the technology. In the last 10 years, we've spent over $10 million in research and development, developing the technology. We actually been forecasting the retail stocks to go up for about a week now. A couple of days ago, we said tech stocks were going to start to go up, and look what's today happening. And the Dow had a tremendous day today. Our philosophy is that we can't predict it with a very high degree of accuracy. Why bother? There are so many other stocks that we can forecast with such a high degree of accuracy.
And one of the things that I like about you personally, Lane, is that you really are a family guy.
I think that it's most important that you spend time with family, you teach values. My daughter knows all of our core values for our company, and the first one is integrity. We're going to continue to refine the world. Who wants to have financial freedom can easily benefit from it.
Welcome to the Shakama Live Show with your host, Shakama. Please donate to the channel. I've been hit extremely hard by this entire thing. And I hope that the information that I gave you actually allows you to actually get your money. So if you could donate Cash App or PayPal, I'll leave the information in the box. All of my subscribers, please check to make sure that you are in fact subscribed, because of course the YouTube algorithm unsubscribes you, and YouTube has come flat out and said without the notification bell, subscribing does absolutely nothing. So make sure you check the notification bell. There's questions about will people on SSI disability get a stimulus check? The answer is yes. So that's the if that's all you wanted to know, that you can leave now. But here's the report, a really short report. So we're talking about Social Security, retirement and disability, railroad retirement benefits, supplemental security income, VA benefits. Will they get a stimulus check? The answer is yes. Are the next they are scheduled to be the next recipients of the stimulus check in early May. That is right around now. It will be done how they normally receive it. If you normally receive it in a check, if you receive it in a direct deposit, or if you receive it on your debit card. That's how it would be distributed to you. However you normally get it, that's how, although they're saying all this, they are literally just clicking numbers on a thing. The only thing that is taking any time is the physical check. So if you normally receive a physical check, all the people who need to receive a physical check are bottlenecking the entire system. Everybody else is just direct deposit. It's just numbers in a computer. The IRS is limited to 5 million paper checks per week. That's my latest information. My previous information was 9 million a week. So I don't know if 9 million was total process, including direct deposit, but I thought it was 9 million paper checks per week. But the latest information is 5 million per week. Now, because of this, they're projecting that this will schedule out payments all the way up to sort of disability or retirement or something like that, or the VA. All of your information is already in the system to begin with, so that's fine. I'm talking to everybody else who doesn't file income taxes. And for the people who were trying to hate on me, saying that how dare you not file income taxes, you're what's wrong with the country. I'm sorry to inform you this, but there are people in the United States who do not file income taxes. Mainly the reason is they don't qualify to even file income taxes because they don't get anything taken out of their check. They don't make enough per year, and they don't make enough for people to even print up W-2s or 1099s or anything like that. Or they have a cash job. But people love to hate on me at all opportunities, so I'm not really offended by it. It's funny that people get insulted by me, want to flag my videos, but they're insulting in the meantime. Anybody who doesn't have deposit information on file with the IRS, you will not receive anything until September 11th on. So that's how it's going. And so the IRS is scheduling $20,000 a year to $30,000 a year first, then 40 to 50, then 50 to 60, then 60 to 70, blah, 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 right? So this schedule is going to go, they're projecting all the way to September 4th. I will talk about a second check in a separate video. Make sure you stay tuned to hear that one. So once again, if you do not have deposit information on file and you are going to receive a physical check, that physical check will not come until September 11th or later. You can avoid this and receive your payment on schedule, like with everybody else, if you go to the non-filer portal on the IRS. I will very graciously leave a link to that exact portal. Okay? Thank you all for watching. Like I said, please donate to the channel. I'm sick. I don't know. It just so happens that right now I sound fantastic. And don't worry, in about an hour, I probably will sound like a zombie. I'll be like, and I'll have no voice. And that happens every day around this time. services only.
Kills over 10 million people in the next 2 decades, it's most likely a war rather than a war.
As you well know, also uses higher frequency waves that don't travel as far and will rely on a network of hundreds of thousands, potentially millions of small cell sites. And the question then is, are there any health implications, any public safety implications? So my question for you, particularly Mr. Gillen and Mr. Perry.
Thank you, Senator. I think, thank you for your focus on the issue. Safety is paramount, and as you alluded to, we rely on the expert agencies, we rely on the findings of the FDA and others as to the requirements to keep all of us safe. There are no industry-backed studies, to my knowledge, right now. I'm happy to visit with you as to what opportunities you think there needs to be more studies, and we're always for more science. We also rely on what the scientists tell us.
So essentially, the answer to my question, how much money? Zero.
I can certainly follow up with you, Senator. To my knowledge, there's no active studies being backed by industry today.
Anybody else know of industry commitments to back research, fund it, support it, to ascertain scientifically the health effects?
No, I'm not aware of any.
So there really is no research ongoing. We're kind of blind here, so far as health and safety is concerned. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Testimony in opposition to the legislation. You have 5 minutes, ma'am. Please proceed.
Committee members, thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. I'm Sharon Goldberg. I'm an internal medicine physician. I've practiced medicine for 21 years, and my background is mostly academic, internal medicine, hospital-based, clinical research, and medical education. I am going to skip many of the things I wanted to say because I didn't realize it was only 5 minutes. Wireless radiation has biological effects, period. This is no longer a subject for debate when you look at PubMed and the peer-reviewed literature. These effects are seen in all life forms: plants, animals, insects, microbes. In humans, we have clear evidence of cancer now. There is no question. We have evidence of DNA damage, cardiomyopathy, which is the precursor of congestive heart failure, neuropsychiatric effects. So 5G is not a conversation about whether or not these biological effects exist. They clearly do. 5G is a conversation about unsustainable healthcare expenditures. Why do I say this? We've been sitting on the evidence for EMR and chronic for decades. And now we're seeing all these appearing. So diabetes is the first I think most of you know the statistics. They're very scary. 1 in 3 American children will become diabetic in their lifetime, and if they're Hispanic females, the number is 1 in 2. So what does this have to do with wireless radiation? wireless radiation and other electromagnetic fields, such as magnetic fields and dirty electricity, have been clearly associated with elevated blood sugar and diabetes. That is what the peer-reviewed literature says. It is not opinion. The closer you live to a cell tower, the higher your blood glucose. That is based on hemoglobin A1C measurements. So the idea with small cells of putting the cells closer to people's homes and bedrooms scientifically is very dangerous. And from an economic perspective, it's dangerous. And you may not know this. I was shocked to find this out. But the way you create a model of diabetes in rats in the lab is by exposing them to 2.4 gigahertz. And this is not for long-term exposure. So, I don't have time to talk about the costs, but the huge problem with diabetes really is chronic kidney disease. End-stage renal disease, the worst complication of diabetes, leads to hemodialysis. Hemodialysis is an automatic qualification for Medicare. And if you don't qualify for Medicare, we still have to dialyze the patient, and the state ends up paying in many different instances. So renal failure is 1% of Medicare, but it takes up 7% of all Medicare expenditures. But once again, so the other epidemics that clearly link from the science with electromagnetic radiation are related to mental health. And this is straight from PubMed. This isn't my opinion. This is science. Okay?
For those of us who aren't physicians, what is PubMed?
I'm sorry. It's just it's our National Library of Medicine. This is where you would go. This is just the peer-reviewed literature. So we have three that clearly, they're essentially one epidemic. We have a deterioration of mental health in the United States. And if you look really at the science, what does it show? And these epidemics are suicide in violent shootings and the opioid epidemic. And I don't have 5 minutes is not the time to talk about this. This is in the peer-reviewed literature. I have a file to submit for the record, but these are facts. These are things that have just been glossed over by the wireless industry, and I really don't have time to talk about them in 5 minutes. I wish I did. But we need to examine our in the context of our EMF exposures. What does that mean? That means that the CDC tracking these we need to start measuring how much radiation are people being exposed to, and before we roll out 5G. And this means there are 4 kinds of electromagnetic fields that we know are harmful to human health. So radio frequency radiation, magnetic fields, dirty electricity, and electric fields. Okay? Our exposure, any given person, and all humans are affected by EMFs. Our given exposure has nothing to do with the research that my colleagues are going to cite with the National Toxicology Program. That is an assessment of the risk of one cell phone in the near field. Okay? What is our exposure in a day? It's not one cell phone. It's cell phones, it's multiple wireless networks, it's smart meters, it's cell towers. It's this sandwich, and it all adds up. And this is a serious problem for occupational health, public safety, and personal safety. And I feel that it's irresponsible to be even talking about the Internet of Things and rolling out a new untested technology when we're not even measuring what are our current exposures from the current network.
I'm Stephen Silverman at
Well Cornell Medicine on 68th and York. I do comparative pathology research. We deal with biohazardous materials and radiation particles. We inject animals like rhesus monkeys, rats, and mice with disease and radioactive agents. 2 weeks ago when I went to work, I noticed the security guards were in Tyvek hazmat suits and they were armed, which is not normal. But I didn't pay it any mind. I go upstairs to work, I clock in. My boss is like, yo, listen, you're not needed, but we need you to surrender your Geiger counter. My Geiger counter was attached to my ID because we deal with radiation emissions in my department on the 7th floor, which is the only department that deals with radiation. But they wanted me to surrender my Geiger counter. When I left work, the only people that were left in my building's facility were the scientists, the professors, the researchers, and security guards that were armed. It's not the virus that's getting people sick. It's 5G network from the radiation. And the reason why they have me surrender my Geiger counter is so if I'm in proximity of people that have 5G networks, my Geiger counter is going to detect that I'm in proximity of radiation. That's what's getting people sick. That's what's getting people with respiratory issues. That's why some people are dying. Now, my homie works for Verizon. He got a message via email from corporate instructing him and his 100-man crew to pump 5G network cables throughout the tri-state area, whether buildings or houses were abandoned or not. The letter said, if your crew gets sick, we'll send them home and you keep on working. Don't worry, when they say that the oil is short, you'll be first dibs to get the oil. The oil you take care of. Exactly.
I'm Dr. Deborah Davis. I'm here to talk with you today about the 5G that Environmental Health Trust is quite concerned about. This is a network that's being rolled out all over the country that will involve thousands of antennas. I love my devices as much as anyone else, but I don't want to put the health of my grandchildren at risk. I don't want to put them in harm's way. And we now know that the skin, our largest organ, does respond to 5G.
Really?
And in fact, we have in our sweat ducts, they can act